Hello, hello. Let's just wait for some people to come online. Let's see how we get on today. So last time I did a live, it was in my office. It's about 9:30 in the evening, so I thought I'd try another one just to see if this is a better time for people on a Saturday, Sunday evenings. Just in the car now, going to go out, so hopefully it's not too shaky for you. Got 2 people watching, so do comment. I'm hoping it's not going to be too shaky. If it is, we'll have to stop this. But just going out now. I've been out for lunch. I thought I'd come online, see if I can help anyone. Any problems? As you can see, it's a bit wobbly. So who's on board? Is anybody there? Let me check the messages. Dun, dun, dun. Might be a bit too wobbly actually if we do a live. It's gonna not be happy with some people. Oh, 1 second. Hi there, Lorraine Clark. How are you doing? Might be a bit shaky, so I apologise. Just getting some speed bumps in the car. Been out for lunch. How's your week been? How can I help you? Girlfriend's driving me around here. Oh, how do we get fine to start a development? Okay, Lorraine. What's your experience, if you don't mind saying? Just give me a bit of background about yourself. It doesn't need to be a quick, a long essay. Just give me a quick overview. It comes down to yourself mainly. A lot of people will say, yeah, you can always get the money, but I believe it's not always like that. It does come back to who you are, your experience, how long you've been set up as a company or personal, who's backing yourself, or has a builder got experience. There's quite a lot of in-depth questions. And I find it a shame that a lot of people say you can always get your numbers, you can always get your money, but that's not always the case. Go back on messages, bear with me. Oh, just might be a bit too wobbly. Hi, Prav, you okay, pal? Okay, I'm good, thank you. Good to do. Hi, Lorraine's husband, hope you're well as well. Okay, so Lorraine says, I'm a trainee quantity surveyor. I have a house that I own in the south of Wales. Okay, so what kind of development are you looking at doing? Looking at doing new builds, looking at doing just say a house to a HMO, just doing a buy-to-let and making it better, refurbishment? What kind of development are you looking to do, so I can try and guide you the best? I know the best people for finance is always a broker. They are regulated in most occasions. They are the best to advise you. Give me a bit more information, please. Okay, yeah, so I can see you've got no experience, as you said. You've got 1 rent to rent. So how long have you had the rent to rent? Because one of the questions that I do get asked a lot, and the broker will probably ask it, is how much lettings experience have you got? So the experience box of 12 months. Have you got that tick or not, but you're not experienced? You've got your own home, so that could be a tick in your box as well. That'll help you. How long have you had the rent to rent as well? You've got to get box ticking really, and the best person to advise you as a broker. If you've got a really, really good deal, there will be someone that could fund you. There will be people that will fund on the deal, either on purchase price, on GDV. There's a lot of technicalities, and a lot of people don't tell you that. But okay, that's that. Thanks, Lorraine, that's helping a lot. No experience. Just scrolling down now, but it's not more than a year. Okay, yeah, so if you've had a rent to rent for 12 months, that may help because you don't own it, but you own your own home, but you are doing a letting, so that's giving you that, giving that letting tick in the box. It's going to be a flip. It depends on, like I say, if you're going to buy a house for 100 grand, if you've got the deposit, if you're putting some skin in the game, let's just say for a quick argument's sake, you're buying a house for 100,000, you're going to spend £20,000 renovating it to a better standard, and you're going to sell it on 150, and you're going to get a bridge, because you're going to need a bridge, aren't you? Because you can't go and get a mortgage product. Some people, and I've heard loads of people saying that they go and get a mortgage product, fixed 2 years, then they come and sell it. That's fraud, basically. You are going against what you said. If your intention was to sell it, you're trading. You will need a bridge. But same again, a lot of people, let's just say with a builder, they say it's going to take 6 months. But what happens is they go and get a bridge for 6 months. You've got to plan ahead. If the downturn in market, can you exit that bridge? Can you get a mortgage product? So let's just say it was worth 150 when it's done. Can you go and get, oh, sun's in my eyes. Can you go and get a 75% or 80% loan to value? Well, says, okay, we aren't sure what's going to happen. Yes, buy, renovate and sell. Even if your builder's experienced and you trust him and know him, is there something that you can do with a builder that he comes on your company, your trading company, as a director or a shareholder, and then that might give you that tick in the box for the funders and the lenders? At the end of the day, if he's going to get you what you need, if he's happy to do that, let's just say you get £25,000 profit. If you're happy to give him 12,500, you 12,500, yes, it's not as much as you initially were going to get, but you've still got that first job done. I hope that's helped, but please do comment more. Let's go down. Any questions, anyone online, please do let me know. Might be a little bit shaky, I am driving, while the passenger, my girlfriend's driving. Let me scroll down. Would you always go for interest only mortgage or standard mortgage on a buy-to-let investment? Hi Prab. So personally for me, what I'm looking for, I'm looking for the cash flow now, and it comes to a point I think where you're scaling your property journey. I can't really see you guys, so I'll have to just look at the screen, but yeah, so for me it's cash now. Depends on where you're at. If you're looking to work for the next 10 or 15 years, you're just looking for an investment property, and in 10 years time you get 10 years capital repayment mortgage. But sometimes, especially in London, the cash flow is not great, so having a capital repayment, it might even kill the deal. Especially when you do your stress test, make sure you do your stress test. I do anything from 7 to 10% interest rate, because to be honest, anything above 10%, you can try 13, but anything above 10, a lot of people will be underwater. So make sure your stress test is done to a high standard. It might never come to that, but always look forward, try and stress test that. And for me, I prefer interest only because over the years inflation will bring your loan to value down anyway. Let's say for argument's sake, so I'll give you an example actually. So I bought a house in 2012. It was a 3-bedroom semi, and I've lived in it all my life. Number 10, I bought number 1. I had that mindset of, I was young, I wanted to buy the whole street, play Monopoly, right? But that never happened. So I bought it for 50. I spent £30,500 on it, and this was 2012. 30 and a half. I got it revalued in 2014 at 85 grand. Pulled my money back out. That's absolutely amazing. That's what everybody's after these days. So what happened then, I went to do a remortgage. I had a 2-year fixed. I had a remortgage in 2016, and it came in at 95. So you can see the inflation's going up. What you can do then is either remortgage to, you're on 80 before, go for 80 again, and pull another 10, 15, 20 grand. Now it depends on how the market goes up. In Stoke-on-Trent, it doesn't go up massively, but it goes up nice and steady. But in London, it will go up. But also, downside, on the capital side, it also comes down quite a lot as well. So for me, the inflation will erode your loan to value. So you can just go back to a remortgage. It's now worth 100. You can go and get a 70% loan to value, 75. As long as you pay off your current mortgage, you can keep bringing your loan down. But for me, buy-to-lets, they aren't always sexy, but I get between £250 and £300 per month net cash flow after the mortgage and interest. Sorry, insurance. So that's not bad actually. So if you think over 2 years I was getting £300, that's given me 7,200 over 2 years, and then the market went up, I pulled out another 13 grand. That's a cherry on the cake. That can technically be like a HMO, but it's not guaranteed. So let's just say you pulled out another £6,000. You can see if you divided 6,000 over your 12 months, technically you're 300 originally, you're 500 a month going on. So technically you've been cash flowing 800, and that's just my personal opinion. So I hope that's helped. Yeah, so interest only for me. As you scale, if you get 50, 60, 70, 100 units, you might want to look at doing some capital repayment, let's say 10% of that, and the rest interest. But that's your personal choice if you need more cash flow now, or if you're just sitting on them for the next 15 years because you enjoy your job. So any questions, do comment. I'll keep coming through as quick as I can. Okay, yeah, Lorraine, I can see you there. Is it possible to get a property to flip without having to use a deposit as such, just using my home security? So one thing you could do, I'm speaking to a guy now that's 67 years old. It's a shame, he's ill. He's living at home with his wife, 2 kids, their girlfriend, and they're having a baby. This is in a 4-bed detached house, a reasonably nice part of Stoke-on-Trent, and he got an interest-only mortgage on his own home back in 2003. So he's been there for 16 years. His interest-only mortgage comes to term in March 2020. So you can see he owes £155,000 at the moment. He hasn't got a job. He's not very well. He's sick. He's got no way of paying this off. He doesn't really want to move out of his own home. And this is where a lot of people might take advantage, because he becomes vulnerable. He becomes a motivated seller, even though he doesn't want to move home. It's a bit sad, really, because what I'm looking at doing, and talking about no deposit, is I'm looking at all options first to do an assisted sale, but he needs to totally understand what I'm talking about. I won't go into doing any of this unless he's fully on board, he fully understands, he gets independent advice. You don't want to be ripping people off. So my potential, what I could do, is the house, he's told me himself, I need to do more checks and check the current condition, but he's told me it's worth about 215 to 225. He owes 155 on the mortgage. He's got around about £30,000 of debt, credit cards, catalogues, etc. So you can see someone trying to get out of the debt by March 2020 with no savings, no income, and ill. That's going to be pretty unlikely. I think what the solution is going to have to be, he's going to have to move out and sell the home. He went to Citizens Advice. Do you know what they said? They said, no problem, go bankrupt. What a lame excuse. Why is Citizens Advice advising people to just go bankrupt? That's absolutely mental. When there is solutions, it's because, it's because it's an easy option. Citizens Advice, what I'd be asking them is, what have they done in the financial markets? How have they helped other people, other than just going, go bankrupt? It's not the answer all the time. Like me, my ethics and morals, this guy, he doesn't want to go bankrupt because he owes people money. He says, it'll be easy to go bankrupt, but I still had the money, I still want to pay people off. So what I'm potentially going to be doing is an assisted sale. So what we'll do is potentially, let's just say I go and see his house, it needs some work doing. He's told me it needs some work already, some lead flashing, some taps, some torching up. So let's just say, for argument's sake, I spend £10,000 on his home. The agreement's going to be, what we'll do is sell his house at, let's say, 225. We'll get our £10,000 back first. We'll pay off his £155,000 debt. He'll pay off his 30 grand at the card, so he's debt clear, okay? 185 grand gone. We've had 10,000, that's 195. So if it sells for 225, that's 30 grand profit. What we look at do is we'll take 15, he'll have 15 to move on with, and that's not too hard to do. All we're doing is helping him to sell it for the best value. We're the ones taking the risk by putting £10,000 in, and that's a better excuse, a better reason, not an excuse. I think the excuse is Citizens Advice advising these people to just go bankrupt. It does me head in. Why do I do that? So to yourself, Lorraine, yes, you can loan against your own home. It is more regulated. I'd definitely say talk to your broker, just because of the fact that they'll have to check your loan to value. They'll have to check against your current lender, see if they allow second charge loans, for example. So definitely talk to your lender, talk to your broker. They'll definitely be able to help you out. Hi Prab, back again. Let's have a read of yours. So currently got 2 projects on going in Nottingham, and have a portfolio which was built up. Currently built up over the years by my dad, but I've added to them recently since going full time. That's great, pal. That's good to see that your dad started, let's call it a legacy, and you're taking that legacy onto that next level. And it's the same. Some people are happy getting to 10 houses, and then when it comes to next generation, prices go up. Like I say, with the Mars bar 10-15 years ago, 30p, 60 pence now. So if the properties aren't cash flowing enough, it might take that next generation like yourself to keep pushing that on further. That's great to see. And I believe most parts of Nottingham are Article 4. Pardon me. Hi Robert, how you doing, pal? I'm just seeing you come through. Yeah, Robert, I say I'm in Stoke, but like that. The other subscribe Prab is in Nottingham. If you're going through, it might be worth just like trying to reach out to each other. It's always good to grab a coffee, see what other people are doing. Like I say, me investing in Stoke, I always meet other people around the UK actually, so meeting them, see what they're doing, see if I can incorporate that into what I do in mainly Stoke and some of Crewe, Newcastle under Lyme. There's always options. Everyone's doing different things. I've got a friend in London, he does title splits. Everyone says it doesn't work in London, but he's making between 100 and 150 grand on a title split. So obviously some people are making it work in London. It's just that the people that say it don't aren't meeting the right people for the right advice. I'm just reading for the comments, guys. I want to go against traditional method. My dad's used over the years, 2 years. Yeah, that's a thing. You just got to keep moving on. Just make sure you're doing what works for you. Make sure your numbers work for yourself as well. And that's the thing. Everyone's got their own way of doing stuff. And sometimes it's always good to pass that on, or at least bring your sort of younger generation in. So like your dad, he might have been into the buy to let, and it was just a bit like myself. Started off, you work hard, save a deposit, you 2 years later you buy another house, you refinance the first one. It's just slow and steady, and there's no right or wrong answer. That was probably good for your dad to just do it the way he wants to do, and that was a lot more social media, a lot more internet, a lot more training. It's more of a wider market. There's a lot more open subjects there as well. So yeah, it's great to see people like diversify sometimes as well. It's just about, like I say, if what I've got clients that they do from HMOs, because I do a lot of HMOs, but they've done a lot of buy-to-lets, and what they were saying, what's this HMO thing? Is there anything I can do that's not too risky? And what they do is do a 3 or 4 bed. We call them a mini-mo, but it's only a 3 or 4 bed HMO, I call them. It's not licensed yet, but I always plan these houses just in case they are licensed. There isn't no point doing small bedrooms, even some 4 beds, because as you saw, the license came down. Okay, so it went from 6 over 3 stories, over 2 stories, sorry, and now it's over any story. So make sure you create your homes as though you live there yourself. I'd never create something that I wouldn't live there myself. I don't believe in doing under quality. I believe in giving people a choice. But yeah, so what they do is get a 3 or 4 bed mini-mo, and they say, okay, what's the worst that can happen? If it doesn't work, downturn in the market, I will flip this onto a buy-to-let mortgage, and then we will do a posh 3 or 4 bed house, or a 4 bed house with 2 ensuites. Just look for the second exit just in case. Hi Robert, so you said, what are your thoughts on the government rules for fixing up grade 2 listed buildings? To be honest, I don't really know a lot about grade 2 listed buildings. I am doing an extension on a listed building and conservation area, and to be honest, it's not been that bad. I had to do two planning applications, one to planning and one to the listings officer, and to be fair, they've come around, they've seen that over the back there's a lot of new houses, and all down the backs of the house where the extension is, there's a lot of no longer similarity anymore. But what he wants me to do is he's happy to take it down because it's not safe anyway, rebuild it, but what we've got to do is build it in a brick type that matches the original. But the original extension we knocked down, it's been painted white for years, but he wants it taken back to a brick. So, but I don't really know a lot about doing listed buildings, so sorry I can't help you with that. But no, just be careful. I'd definitely just say talk to your local council, talk to the conservation lady or guy, talk to the listings officer. It could be the same person, but just talk to them, get their feedback, see if they can give you any guidance on the way. They might just say, yeah, not a problem, that area is great, I even know that property, what I want you to do is knock that down, I'd like to bring that back up, I want to put sash windows back in. But just speak to them first of all, because a lot of the times, even though we're the government, they'll bring in standards, a lot of your councils will have their own local standards. So I heard the other day, as we all know, room sizes on studios and bedsit in Stoke. I mean, I've been online, some are 13, Stoke-on-Trent 19.5, but that doesn't mean nothing. I heard in Oldham they were trying to get them up to 30. And the same again, the government can set their minimum standards, and your local council can do what they think is necessary for their own town city. So I hope that's helped. I don't really know a lot about listed buildings, so I can't really give you a lot more information, and I'm not here to fake it for you. Just have a look. Yeah, thanks, Robert. Hi Prov again. Yeah, so I do sell me content, as you probably know. I'm not a salesman, but I have got a bonus pack. 1 second, 49. I don't know my pricing, but with my girlfriend now, I think it's $49.97. We've got some examples on there. We have got our spreadsheet on there. We've got an example JCT contract. We've got a QS report, all things like that. But what I say, let me get back to your question. With builders, contractors, and subcontractors, if it's a big enough job and you're getting a QS in, your QS most times, 9 out of 10, they will do you a contract. It can be a minor builders works, it can be a major JCT, it can be all sorts of contracts. But what I do, I get them doing. It's okay having a template so you can try and read and understand, but if you pay your QS, for example, to do it for you, you've got their professional indemnity and public liability. So if something did go wrong, if that contract was wrong, or if your builder screwed you over, what I say to everyone is just be real with yourself. Do you feel confident in standing up in court to back your own agreement? If you don't know every word, every term, then I'd say you probably don't. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't do it either. I get the QS to do it for me, and we have, as PI and PL, if anything goes wrong, if the contract was wrong, then he's the one liable. It's just a similar thing, same as a lot of people go online and set up their own company, 15 quid, 20 quid, whatever it may be. I don't do that either. I'm all about trying to mitigate risk. My accountant, I think it was about 180 to 200 pounds sets up. So it's a massive inflation, but guess what? I haven't done it. Yes, I meant check it, but they're liable. If they tick the wrong box, they put the wrong SIC code in, they're the ones that have created this problem. Does that make sense? So basically it's more of like an insurance policy. So yeah, I definitely get someone else to do it for you, just in case. I'm just going through the questions again, folks. Oh, 2 seconds. Trying to read the question, but wobbly. Can you get this? Yeah, Robert's course. Yeah, so I do sell my spreadsheet. It's 1997. Yeah, it's 1997, and it can be doctored. It is a HMO spreadsheet, but it can be doctored. And the only reason why I say it's a HMO, because you can incorporate all your costs. You can do, say, 7 bedrooms at different rates. But I will do a video on just showing this again. I have done another one in the YouTube, so I'll do another video and just show you how it can be used for a buy to let as well. It's simple enough. All you need to do is just sort of do one room rate instead. Do this one single let rate. Take all your bills off because you don't pay the bills, but I'll explain that. But yeah, thanks, Robert. So it's only 1997. I am VAT registered, so if you are VAT registered, you can claim the VAT back as well. So I hope that's helped everyone. So I don't think there are more questions. I have just arrived at my girlfriend's family's house, birthday party. So sorry, birthday party. I was before a birthday lunch, so just a birthday, dropping presents and cards off. So I'm here now, so thank you for tuning in. Any questions, I will try and do a few more of these. Hopefully it won't be as wobbly because I will be in a stationary position. So thank you very much, guys.